Is it to you that Ricky Stenhouse is no longer in the 17 car?
I mean, it was a little surprising, but you kind of saw the writing on the wall. At some point, the results got to kick in. I mean, yeah, he has 2 wins that I'm going to call fluky wins because they happen at Talladega and Daytona. Those plate tracks, what they were back in the day. But he's picked himself up. He's pretty much a driver swap there, I guess you could say. Yeah. As he moved over to the 37, what I guess now going to be the 47, as they're going to do another switch there between the teams. So he's over there at JTG Doherty Racing.
I still think that Ricky Stenhouse hasn't hit his ceiling as a NASCAR, top level driver.
I don't know if he wants to hit his ceiling though. Like I feel like because he's involved in like other forms of racing where he's a car owner and stuff like that. Is this just to fund that? I mean, I don't know. Like when I see him, I don't see that competitive desire that you see with all these other drivers. Yeah. I mean, that's because he's so used to running mid-pack.
Well, he always seems to be in the mix of things, and it was surprising to me that Roush let him go. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Tyler Riddick, he was our guest earlier. Of course, we already know him. He's driving the number 8 Richard Childress Chevrolet. He'll be making his top start at Daytona here shortly. We'll keep our eye on the 8 car. Let's see here, Cole Custer, who used to run that 8 car. Actually, he was in the Xfinity series. Excuse me. He was in the Xfinity in the 00 Stewart Haas racing car. He's now driving the 41 car for Stewart Haas, and that was vacated by Daniel Suarez. And Daniel Suarez is moving to Gaunt Brothers Racing, a Toyota, and he'll be in the 96 car. How surprising is that Stewart Haas let Daniel Suarez go? It seemed to me he was making a lot of progress towards the end of the year.
Not surprising to me, just because Cole Custer and the run he's been on the Xfinity Series last couple of years. Cole Custer's dad is like president of Stewart Haas, so at some point you gotta have a move be made. There was a lot of talks about Cole Custer maybe go to the 32 for Go Foss, as they actually did partner up with Stewart Haas, so Corey LaJoy. It's actually going to be some good equipment next year, so that's going to be exciting to see here coming up in 2020. But I wasn't too shocked at all. I was more shocked that Suarez went to Gaunt Brothers Racing. Like, who the heck is that?
Well, and there was a lot of speculation that Suarez might go back down to the Xfinity Series.
Right, that's what I was thinking. Like, go be competitive in the Xfinity Series if you can.
But he's moving to a smaller team at the top series, which, by the way, that's another big change. There's no more Monster Energy NASCAR Series. Monster Energy's contract was up, and NASCAR is moving on. They have 4 primary sponsors. You've got Busch Beer, you've got Coca-Cola, you've got Geico Insurance, and what's the 4th one on that?
Xfinity, I think, is one, right?
Yeah, I think Xfinity. There's 4 primary sponsors, and it's now just going to be known as the NASCAR Series, NASCAR Cup Series. It's no longer going to have any sponsorship attached to it. Those 4 primary sponsors will split up throughout the year.
Busch. It was Busch. That's what.
Yeah, I said Busch.
You got Busch, Coke, Geico, Xfinity. Yeah,
Xfinity.
4, right?
And they're going to.
Too much for me to keep up with.
Well, there's a lot more too, and on the other side of the break, we'll continue talking about it. But yes, exactly. 4 primary sponsors. It's now known as the NASCAR Cup Series, and Busch Beer, Xfinity, Coca-Cola, and Geico Insurance, your 4 primary sponsors for NASCAR this year. All right, when we come back, we'll talk about what's happening at Daytona coming up this week. We'll also set you up for the big race, and we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the rule changes and get a look at Chief's local racing scene. That's coming up next here on the Race Setup. It's Season 2, Episode 1. We're happy you're along with us for the ride. Hope to see you on the other side of the break here on 1580 The Fanatic, your home for NASCAR.
The Fanatic. Hi, this is Ken from Online Trading Academy, Phoenix. In this series of spots, I'm going to debunk some common market myths. Myth 3. The key to success in the markets is to do your homework and really understand a company before you invest. Here's reality. We'll never know the truth about what's really happening at a company, and trying to compete with corporate insiders and big institutions like Goldman Sachs on information is a losing strategy. For example, for 6 weeks after Equifax was hacked, company insiders were selling stock, but they didn't tell us about the breach. each. When the news finally came out, the market was closed and the stock fell almost 15% overnight and over 30% in a week. Yet analysts continue to recommend the stock. To learn a better way to make money in up or down markets, come to a free online Trading Academy half-day class. For free tickets, text STOCKS, STOCKS, to 31996. Text STOCKS to 31996 and select the date and time that's best for you.
Arizona Sports Angels is a 501c3 charity that helps underprivileged kids get in the game here in Arizona. Playing sports can make a huge difference in a young life. All they need is a chance to join in. You can help by just donating your new or gently used sporting goods at one of our drop-off locations. There's one right here at the 1580 Fanatic Lobby. Arizona Sports Angels helps with individual needs as well as working with the schools and community centers in the areas that need it most. To find all our drop-off locations or how to donate money to help the cause, go to ArizonaSportsAngels.org.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. From fighting wildfires with air support, helping civilians in flooded neighborhoods, to delivering food and supplies to those who have lost everything, the Army National Guard always responds when disaster strikes. The Army National Guard also trains to be ever vigilant against threats, foreign and domestic. They protect our skies with missile defense weaponry. They secure our information, communications, and infrastructure with cybersecurity. And they protect us against chemical, biological, and radiological hazards with the civilian support team. The Army National Guard also stands ready to deploy and provide support for conflicts or humanitarian missions abroad. Join the Army National Guard and be there to respond, protect, and support